This guitar is insane! Without exaggeration, this is probably the wildest guitar PRS has ever made, and the wildest guitar 2025, not lying to you guys. Check this out. That was Herman Lee, the lead guitarist for DragonForce, and the guitar he broke was this PRS signature guitar prototype that PRS made for him, and has been rocking that in different streams and different videos and interviews and things of that nature, but that guitar never became a production model. It is a production type now. This is the guitar. Only 200 of them are made, and it's $7,000 on Sweetwater right now. There are certain features in this guitar that are new, that are innovative. PRS, no other brand, never done it before. It's insanity. Couple of points before we get to those. Number one, the model's name is CHLEO. PRS CHLEO, and it's a bit of a nod to Herman Lee's child's name. It comes in two colors. This is the purple, this is the pink. And it's only 7 pounds. That's 3.1 kilograms for a mahogany maple guitar. It's extremely thin and it's designed for being fast. It's designed for shredding. And now how do I know it's designed for shredding? Well, let me tell you how. Come closer. First things first, the neck is extremely thin and it comes at a 20-inch radius. What that means is that the fretboard is basically as flat as a table. Usually PRS guitars hover around 9.5 inches or 10 inches in their fretboard radius. This one's 20, like the Holcomb signature model, right? It's flat and flat. It's designed to make it easier for you to noodle and bend. The out of factory action, that's the distance of your strings from the fretboard, for your lower E string is not 2 mils, it's 1.7. It's a really low action setup and there's not much relief on that neck. That neck is coming from factory pretty much straight, which is great, which is fantastic, by the way. And one more thing about the fretboard is that the higher frets are sculpted. The other cool feature here, and it's like an emotional shredder feature, it's not like a physical guitar feature, the emotional athleticism, if you know what I mean, that is the dragons. Instead of birds, there's dragons for DragonForce. Name of the band that Herman Lee plays in, but this is awesome. This reminds me of Paul Allender's PRS signature, which had bats instead of birds. And also the middle pickup here is pretty distant from the string, which means number one, you're not likely to hit it with your pick. Kind of good for shredding. That's one of the reasons I don't like guitars with a middle pickup. I never liked them, never had them, never liked them. Not a fan of this config either, but the good thing is that they've lowered the height of that pickup, number one, so you don't hit it, and number two, already you have two pickups pulling on the string. You add the third one, if you add it too close, the magnetic field of these pickups is going to hold your strings hostage, means reduced what? Means reduced sustain. Because if the magnetic field pulls your strings and stops your string from resonating, your strings are going to resonate less, you lose sustain. That's why when you're setting up your guitar professionally, it's important to set the height of your pickups correctly, because if you keep it too close to the string, the initial signal is going to be nice and strong. Sustain, not so much. Now look into my eyes. Look. Every weekend on this channel, we do a guitar stream. We talk about guitar reviews, new guitars, playing, awesome stuff about guitar, controversies, and we got a whole bunch of awesome videos there about technique and playing and a whole bunch of other stuff. Let me fix the focus of this camera and a whole bunch of other stuff. There we go. It's fixed. Is it fixed? That's better. Yes. So if you want to join us for a live stream and chat and say hi, or if you want to see some awesome guitar videos, subscribe now. Okay? Very technical. This is a very technical production. I'm not going to lie. Now you might be thinking to yourself, oh, I want to be a classical guitar player. I'm not going to subscribe. I'm not going to like. I'm not going to comment. I'm just like a classical guitar player. You might be able to think that way. That's okay. That's okay. But just know this, that if you don't do any of these things, you'll be a classical guitar player forever. And there's no fixing that, so I've heard. So, up to you. Just letting you know, we got awesome streams, we got awesome videos. Subscribe. Now watch the rest of the video, okay? Bye. Another thing about this guitar that tells me that it's really for shredders, it's for fast playing, is it's satin, nitro finish. We don't have any gloss crap here. Gloss is sticky. Until you sweat on it, it's not gonna let you glide your hand easily around. Satin does. So another thing that tells me this neck is for fast stuff is the fact that the finish is satin. All right, now let's talk about the pickups. This guitar is the first ever guitar in PRS's catalog that has Fishman Fluence pickups in it, right? No other PRS pickup so far ever has had Fishman Fluence pickup in it. Now you might think, oh, I bought a PRS and I put Fishman in it, so that kind of counts. No, it doesn't. And I put some Fishman Fluence pickup in it myself, right? No, doesn't count. Out of factory, this guitar is the first and only ever guitar from PRS that has Fishman Fluence in it. Now you might be able to claim that your guitar was the first one, but you can't really, can you? And those pickups are signature pickups. Fishman Fluence Signature Series Omniforce Herman Lee. Middle pickup, Fishman Fluence Signature Series Omniforce Herman Lee. And then the bass pickup, Fishman Fluence Signature Series Omniforce Herman Lee. Okay? And another awesome thing about these pickups is that their power doesn't come from a 9-volt battery. It's coming from a USB chargeable lithium-ion battery. And the USB port for that is behind the guitar. Let me show you. See that? That's the USB input port. Now, this is the crazy part. On these pickups, so you have a humbucker, single coil humbucker configuration with a push and pull tone knob that can, divide the coils, which is just fine. You got that. So as a result of it, you have 13 different pickup configurations. But then to add to that, see these two switches here? You toggle them on and off and you change the voicing of your Fishman Fluence pickup. So one of the advantages of having a Fishman Fluence in your guitar is that you can actually change the voicing of the damn thing, because it's not just like, a magnet with some coils around it when it comes to these pickups. It's a whole electric circuit. And like any other high-end guitar, when you look at inside of these cavities, they're all got painted with conductive paint shields. So that's just fantastic. So minimizes the noise and everything. And these are all the configs that you can have with all of these pickups. So many options on this guitar. Now let's talk about another insane feature. Again, makes it one of a kind in both PRS's catalog and in any other guitar I've ever seen in my life before. And I've seen crazy guitars. Check out this body carve. So I told you this guitar is extremely thin. Despite its thinness, it actually has the violin carve to make it more ergonomic, but they made it so thin that for them to have this space for these cavities actually bump out. And not only that, the input jack of your guitar, when you connect the cable in, also has a bump in there. See this? That's how thin this guitar is, which is insane because this guitar is going to go on tour. Herman Lee's still touring. This is not a guitar to sit in the studio and play. It's going to take some serious abuse, especially with Herman Lee lifting it up and then kneeing the damn thing. So it's thin, but it's supposed to be really stable. By the way, one of the things that they've done to avoid that whole neck break situation was to sort of add some extra here. So that neck is actually a little bit more in than your usual PRS necks. And talking about the neck body joint, obviously it's a set neck. The neck is glued to the body, but you got this really nice curvatures around here to make the neck hug really comfortable when it comes to your higher frets. And the last thing I need you to know about the shape of this guitar is that the body shape is not like your usual custom 24 shape or custom 22 shape. This is a new PRS shape. If you look at the higher horn of this electric guitar, you'll see that it looks like it's a little higher. The ending of that horn, the tip of the horn, kind of still sits at the 12th fret sort of height, but the general body shape is different than a custom 24. All right, so with all that said, let's go through the detailed specs. It is a maple mahogany guitar, quite common with PRS, 24 frets, 25.5-inch scale, standard. Neck wood is a one-piece maple. It is a very thin neck. It is a very fast neck. The fretboard radius, like I told you, is 20 inches. We saw the dragon inlays. Hardware bridge is a Gotha with PRS stabilizers. Ooh boy, I gotta show you the stabilizers. And another awesome feature of this guitar is that it has the floating bridge stabilizing rods. So have a look here. You see the springs? They pull the plate of your floating bridge. Everybody knows that. But these two cylinder looking things push the plate away. What this does, it stabilizes your plate. Why is that important? Well, it's easier to tune your guitar now. Have you ever tried to tune a floating bridge guitar? Number two, it's easier to set up your guitar. Number three, if one string breaks, the other ones don't lose tuning as much. And lastly, and very importantly, is that when you bend your strings, the other ones don't go out of tune anymore. Tuners is a PRS Phase 3 locking tuners, lightweight plastic wings button, which gets your guitar to resonate even more. It doesn't dampen the resonation in your guitar. And the CHLEO truss rod cover, okay? This guitar is awesome. Not gonna lie. The only thing I have against this guitar is the pickups and the fact that it has a middle pickup. Otherwise, so many innovative things, from the shape of the guitar, from the carves, from pickups, from everything, is so innovative. This is just like mastery. My goodness, would you buy this? If you had $7,000, would you buy it? The only damn thing I have against it is the pickups. If only it had better pickups in it, and I've heard Herman's pickups sound, and I'm not a fan. If only it had better pickups in it and it didn't have the middle pickup, boy, I'd be rushing to get this guitar. But yeah. Would you buy it? And which one do you like more, the dark purple or the pinky? Exciting stuff, man. Craziest, I'll die on this hill, craziest high-end guitar of 2025. I'm just gonna leave it there. And with that said, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself.